Raise your hand and say, I love Jesus. I love the Master. I love him. Say it again. Practice your love of Jesus. Practice your love of Jesus. Fan the embers, the flames of your love. Very important. Nothing matters as much to the Father as your love for Jesus. Nothing matters as much to the Father as your love for Jesus. Practice making him always your focus. Nothing else will satisfy. Nothing else will ever satisfy. And you know, Jesus didn't say, if you love me, sing to me. He didn't say, if you love me, tell me so. He didn't say, if you love me, worship me. He didn't say, if you love me, pray to me. He didn't say that. He said, if you love me, keep my word. That's what he said. Keep my word. Do what I've told you to do. Your proof of your love for Jesus Christ is doing what he told you to do. That's your proof. That's the proof of your love. That's the proof of your love. So, to demonstrate your love for Jesus Christ, you do his word. You do his word. But how can you do his word if you don't know it? How can you do what you don't know? That calls for knowledge, the knowledge of the word. That calls for information. That means that we've got to study his word to know it. If we learn his word, then we have the opportunity to do it. If we don't know it, we can't do it. If we don't understand it, we can't do it. We've got to know it. We've got to know it. Then we can do it. Hallelujah. See, we send out to you materials all the time, especially Rhapsody of Realities, which you get every month. That's a very important material. Very important. Never assume you know everything that is in there. Even though they're short articles, they're very informative if you open your heart to them. Very informative if you open your heart to them. Very important that you use that material, study it, Don't just read it, study it. You'll be amazed at what it will do to your spirit. Study it. Then we have messages in audio formats and video formats that we make available to you. Listen to them again and again. Again and again. Again and again. Don't just take it that you've bought it. You see, anybody can buy a book and keep it in his library. Just because you have a book in your library doesn't mean you know what's inside it. So you listen to it again and again. Hallelujah. Use these materials to enrich your life in an extraordinary way. And be voracious for them. As we send them out, get them. Make sure you got them. Make sure you have them. Find time to listen to them, to watch them. You'll be amazed at what the Spirit of God will do in your life. I believe in constantly and always growing. If you meet me 1 week after you've met me, I'm not the same. I'm constantly growing. Constantly. I'm always growing. Learning more. See, opening myself to the Spirit of God to receive more. I never stop. I never stop. You'll be so excited to see your life constantly growing, ever growing. There's so much in the Lord. So much. So much in the Lord. You will never know everything about Him. And so, why stop when there's so much to know, so much to learn, so much to be? It's called ever-increasing glory. Ever-increasing glory. You want the glory in your life to continually increase. Don't stop. Don't stop. The angels who are before the throne of God continually experience this wonder. The Bible tells us that as they behold the glory of God on the throne of God, they worship. They worship. And this glory continually changes. Can you imagine every time the angels raise their heads, they see something new? They never see the same thing. They see something new. They raise their heads and they cry, holy, and bow before the Lord. When they raise their head again, there's a change. For eternity, they are worshiping. Holy, holy. And the beautiful thing, you say, don't they get tired? They could never get tired. I tell you why. Because as they behold God's glory, they themselves are transformed. You never see His glory without being impacted. You remember Peter, James, and John when they went with Jesus to the mount where He was transfigured before them? The Bible tells us when they saw His glory, when they saw Jesus transfigured in their presence, they said, Master, let's stay here. They forgot the whole world. They said, Master, let's stay here. Let's not leave here anymore. Let's build 3 tabernacles.